type of communicative translation. I will explain from A to C. The A is explanatory translation. This type of translation focuses on providing detailed explanation and background information to help the target audience understand the source's text. It is commonly used for text that involve complex concept or theoretical content. The B is interpretive translation. Aims to convey the underlying meaning audience of the source text rather than a literal rephrasing of the words. It is often used for literary work, poetry, and text with symbolic onomatopoeical language. The C is adaptive translation. Adaptive translation involves making cultural and contextual adjustment, ensure that the translation text is relevant and relatable to the target audience.
Okay, this is for pre-translation. Pre-translation allows for a certain degree of creative freedom in rendering in source text. It prioritizes capturing the essence of impact of the original message, even if it means deviating from a literal translation. The next is cultural translation. Cultural translation focuses on transposing cultural elements from the source culture to the target culture. The type is especially important for texts that contain specific cultural references, traditions, and/or practices. The next is functional translation. Functional translation aims to fulfill a specific purpose or achieve a particular communicative goal in the target language. It may involve modifying the structure or style of the text to suit the intended audience.
Pragmatic translation. Pragmatic translation takes into account the social and contextual factors that influence how language is used. It aims to ensure that the translated text is appropriate to effective in a given communicative situation. Localization. Localization involves adapting a text to suit a specific regional or culture market. This includes adjustment to language content and design to make the product or message more appealing and relevant to the target audience. Transcription. Transcription is a creative form of translation commonly used in advertising and marketing. It involves reimagining and recreating the message to evoke the same emotions and respond in the target audience as an original. Subtitling and dubbing. These are these are specialized from or translation used in visual media. Subtitling involves putting writing translation on screen, while dubbing involves replacing the original audio with a translation version.
There are the types of idiomatic translations. For the first, a direct equivalence. This type of idiomatic translation attempts to find an equivalent idiom in the target language that conveys a similar meaning. For example, the English idiom kick the bucket has a counterpart in French as casser ce chip, both expressing the idea of passing away, and then the similarity in image or concept. In this approach, the translator aims to capture the underlying image or concept of the idiom, even if the specific word differs. For instance, the Spanish idiom "están en la luna," literally "to be on the moon," might be translated into English as "to have one's head in the clouds," both conveying a state of absent-mindedness.
The third is cultural equivalence. This type of idiomatic translation considers the cultural context and seeks to replace an idiom with one that is relevant and meaningful to the target audience. For instance, the Chinese idiom 西坡天井 could be translated into English as startling the heavens with a single stone, a conceptually similar expression. For creative writing, in some cases, idioms do not have a direct equivalent in another language. In such instance, the translator may need to creatively rephrase the expression to convey the intended meaning. This approach requires a deep understanding of the source and target languages, as well as a mastery of the cultural nuances involved.
Number 5 is omission or explanation. In situations where an idiom cannot be effectively translated, the translator may choose the omit of altogether or provide an explanatory note to clarify its meaning. This is common in academic or technical texts where precision is paramount. Number 6, transcultural equivalence. This approach transcends the cultural context of the search language and seeks to find an idiom in the target language that convey a similar, universal truth of concept. This is often seen in proverbs or saying that have a counterpart in multiple cultures. Number 6 is literal translation. Will generally discourse in idiomatic translation. Sometimes a literal rendering may be used in the effectively convey the meaning of the idiom. However, this approach requires questions, as it may not always capture the idiomatic sense accurately.
So, it can be concluded that in communicative translation and idiomatic translation, these two approaches have an important role in ensuring that the correct and effective message is conveyed to readers or listeners who speak the target language. Communicative translation emphasizes understanding the context and purpose of communication, while idiomatic translation emphasizes the use of idiomatic expression that are provided to the target language. The choice between communicative translation and idiomatic translation depend on the type of text being translated, the context of communication, and the needs of use. In communicative translation, it is important to pay attention to aspects such as syntax, semantic, and pragmatic, so that the message conveyed remains accurate and easy to understand by the reader or listeners. Meanwhile, idiomatic translation requires a deep understanding of culture and the use of phrases or expression that are typical in the target language.